Along Nova Scotia's South Shore today, the wind is still whipping up the ocean. Overnight, the waves literally swept in over the beach, throwing rocks all over the road and lifting the road itself. Today, it's in pieces like a jigsaw puzzle.
I've seen it bad before, but I don't think ever this bad.
This is quite a mess.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Hugh Burns is in charge of putting this mess back together.
This combined water, strength of the water and the wind and the rocks, this whole area flooded.
You're not going to fix it today, but how are you going to fix it?
We're going to remove the asphalt, the broken asphalt, basically leave it as a gravel road for the rest of the season. The rest of the winter, we'll fix it next summer.
People who live nearby had a front row seat to a very powerful storm.
No, we could see the debris coming across on the lake.
We could feel it, like the house rumbles.
But just watching everything blow around, but hoping that our roof was going to stay on.
Fortunately, there was no damage to their home. But down the road, wind and water knocked over power poles. All along the coast, waves washed up over the road. And there was damage in Halifax, too. This home lost its roof, sending insulation flying all over the street.
I saw the roof start to flap, and eventually I saw the entire front piece of the roof just lift off and land in the road and hit one of our employees' cars.
At Peggy's Cove, the ocean churned up whitecaps, making that iconic lighthouse look tiny.
I really enjoy watching the power that nature has. People don't have much respect for that anymore, but when you're down here, you certainly do.
The cost of this damage along the coast is still being tallied. People who live here say it's the price of living by the ocean. Kayla Hounsell, CBC News, Queensland, Nova Scotia.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful water for snowmobile. I find it's really windy though. Oh, I love being out in water like this. I'm always out when there's a snowstorm. You'll see me out on the skidoo.
Well, some like it, some don't, but either way, people are digging out right across Atlantic Canada. This is the scene in Newfoundland and Labrador, just blanketed in snow. A storm surge and snow warning still in effect in some parts.
I put my head down to have a little afternoon nap for about 30 minutes or so. I woke up and it was all there.
And this is video from Charlottetown, PEI. The frozen waterfront pushed a huge pile of ice chunks onto the shore. The winds are still quite high across the province, but they've managed to restore power to most people. And it is that rebuilding, trying to get back to normal. That's the big story in the United States right now. The worst of the wild weather is over there, but it's left quite a mess behind. Check out this mountain of snow. A lot of digging going on in Boston, and it's cold work there. Temperatures dipping down to the -30s.
This weekend is going to be dangerously cold, so we're asking people, other than going out to shovel, we're asking you to stay inside as much as possible.
Also, remember yesterday's intense storm surge in Scituate, Massachusetts? Well, here's what's left of the seawall. And some of those flooded Boston streets are now frozen. As for all those canceled and delayed flights,
we sat on the tarmac, I think, for something like 4.5 hours.
The airlines are trying to catch up today, but it is an uphill battle.
Hopefully we can get on a train, but if not, New York's a pretty good place to be stuck in.